What's the most mind-blowing fact you know? There is a type of wasp that only lays its eggs inside a budding hazelnuts, changing the chemical composition of the nut in a manner that makes it grow deformed, hollow on the inside but still receiving nutrients from the tree. When the wasp eggs hatch, the larvae spend winter inside the nut, being fed by the tree, until they climb out in spring, when the nut starts rotting, cracks open. Now here is the kicker. There is another kind of wasp that lays its eggs exclusively inside the eggs of the first wasp. It's like a Russian doll of nightmares. Insects are incredible. The sound made by the Krakatoa volcanic eruption in 1883 was so loud it ruptured eardrums of people 40 miles away, traveled around the world 4 times, and was clearly heard 3,000 miles away. That's like you standing in New York and hearing a sound from San Francisco. In the mid-1880s, aluminum was more valuable than gold. Now we use it expendably to wrap food. A million seconds is 11 days. A billion seconds is 31 years. Olympus Mons on Mars, the tallest known mountain in the solar system, is so large at its base that an observer on its peak wouldn't know he was standing on a mountain, because its slope would be obscured by the curvature of the planet itself. That in World War II, an American airman by the name of Alan McGee survived a free fall from 22,000 feet without a parachute and becoming a prisoner of war for 2 years. In 1943 he was in a B-17 making a bombing run over France when plane's wing was shot off by German fighters. As the plane entered a spin, he leapt out without a parachute and immediately lost consciousness. From the altitude, after falling 4 miles, he crashed through the glass ceiling of the Saint-Nazaire railroad station and onto the floor below, where he was captured as a prisoner of war. He suffered almost 30 shrapnel wounds, several broken bones, severe damage to his nose, eyes, lungs, kidneys, and his right arm was nearly severed off. His captors treated him back to health. He was liberated in 1945 and awarded an Air Medal and a Purple Heart. Edit. Grammar. When you dream, one part of your brain is making up the story, and another part is experiencing those events and is genuinely surprised by all the twists in the plot. Whale falls. It's crazy how a dead whale that would sink to the bottom of the ocean could bring so much benefit to the ecosystem for the next few weeks and months. Male Irish mummies are often found with nipple mutilations, leading many experts to believe Irish leaders may have worn nipple rings, as kissing a king's nipple was believed to be a sign of respect. Urine was used as a detergent. The ammonia in the urine removes stains. I've recently read that the number of ways to randomly arrange a deck of 52 cards, 52, is equal to 8, 10, 67, is larger than the number of atoms in the world, 1.3, 10, 50. Every 2 minutes, we take as many photos as all of humanity took during the 1800s. In the span of 66 years, we went from taking flight to landing on the moon. John Tyler, America's 10th president, has 2 living grandchildren. John Tyler served from 1841 to 1845, a full 20 years before Abraham Lincoln. He had a son, Leon. At age 63, Leon would have Leon Jr. and Harrison at 71 and 75, respectively. Both are still alive today and in their 80s. If Anne Frank, Martin Luther King Jr., and Barbara Walters were all still alive today, they'd be the same age. The cumulative time that World of Warcraft gamers have spent playing the game is 6.8 million years. The adult human has 2 to 9 pounds of bacteria in his or her body. Every day, you consume more bacterial cells than there are human cells in your system. You have been infected and invaded by more pathogens than you could count in one lifetime. Your body has fought 10 trillion battles without your knowledge and the fact that you are sitting in front of your laptop, phone, iPad. Reading this post means that you have won every single one. Theory of plate tectonics wasn't widely accepted until the 1960s. I have living geology professors who did undergrad in a time when plate tectonics was still being debated. To piggyback off that one, the Hawaiian Islands form as the Pacific Plate slides roughly northwest over a hotspot. This chain of volcanoes goes all the way to the Aleutian Trench, where they are subducted. One extinct volcano nearing its fate is called the Detroit Seamount, and today it is roughly the size of the Big Island of Hawaii. The Big Island of Hawaii is made up of 5 volcanoes, one of which is Mauna Loa, the largest active volcano on Earth. The Detroit Seamount is a single volcano and the size of all of those active Hawaii Island volcanoes combined, and it has been eroding away for about 100 million years. This was a huge volcano, and there isn't anything like it today. There is a larger time gap between the Stegosaurus and Tyrannosaurus rex than the Trex and humans. There are more people learning English in China than there are native English speakers in the entire world. I am so lucky that the world picked this messed up language to be the international standard. From the time it was discovered to the time it was stripped of its status as a planet, Pluto hadn't made a full trip around the sun. That France was still executing by guillotine during the first Star Wars movie.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.